Hello YouTube viewers, welcome to my channel Science to Technology. In today's show, Camera Tuesday, we're gonna talk about Canon EOS R6 V. So let's dive deep into it. So V stands for video camera. Now be mindful, Canon does have a C series which stands for cinema. So this is a bit below. So basically cinema camera is there. This is more replacement of a handycam, old era of handycam. So this is like that. So you take basically EOS R6 Mark III, whole thing, not just the sensor. I mean the whole board, everything. And you just tweak the body. That's it. There is nothing more than that. That's it. So it's a streamline for video production. There are certain things that makes your life a bit easier, and the key part is it's not that expensive, $2,500, and in the year of 2026 it's not bad even in Indian price, as in like the price that is showing right now in basically what you call Canon's website is 2,36,000. Not that bad. So basically this would be classified as a mid-range. It's not very cheap, but it's not stupendously expensive. And for a full frame in this day and age, reasonable, flat out reasonable. So this puppy is 32 megapixel full frame CMOS sensor. Basically is the same sensor as C50, same sensor as R6 Mark III. And it's basically built on top of the learnings of R50V. R50V was like, what if we took a mirrorless body and tuned it for video only? Because again, whether you like it or not, content creation is the deal. The cameras and the tools that are doing good in that ecosystem, they're selling. So fundamentally from a company's point of view, it's like, shut up, focus on it. So that's what we are dealing with here. So don't overthink about it. It's everything. Even port by port count is exactly the same. It's R6 Mark III with just changes. Basically internally it would be exactly same. They just took the thing, changed the chassis, so to say, and removed few parts. That's why it's a bit cheaper than what you call R6 Mark III. So what's the core of it? Like, why would anybody look into it? Well, this is the core, the end. It has a cooling fan, meaning now you can trust this puppy for a few minutes in outdoor Indian heat, and this will last few minutes. Like only few minutes. Yeah, India is hot. So again, even cinema camera that have Peltier cooler starts to overheat in India. So yeah. So but again, if this will like basically gives you enough trust that you can count on it, and that matters. Like if you are getting paid for your video work, or if it's a device that you're gonna use constantly, it's like, shut up, take money. You have to trust your equipment. This gives you the trust in the equipment. So that's a big deal. And again, Canon has a bit very bad reputation, and especially for last few years, they have made really bad moves with cooling and all that. Specifically when they first announced R5 and all that. It's like, dude, just put an aluminum block. Like DIY Pucks, they put a copper block, nothing. There was no vapor chamber, nothing. Just a block of copper, and it solved the overheating. They had like purposely designed something very bad. So this was the only true solution. Have a proper heat sink. So, and you take R6, throw away the viewfinder, and you take the R6, throw away the shutter. Now that is a deal, meaning if you throw away the shutter, flash shrinking becomes a hassle. Could you do it? Of course, but you may not find the result to be very pleasant. And if you are doing actions photography or speeds photography, you may find it to be exposing the rolling shutter. The only solution for that is having global shutter, but so far only Red has that, and Sony A9 Mark III, only that model has that. So you are sacrificing something. That's why it's cheaper. You throw away the electronic viewfinder, you throw away the shutter. And again, people will not regret the shutter, but they might regret lack of viewfinder, simply because viewfinder makes your life much easier in daytime outdoor shooting. And because the screen on the back end has not been upgraded, yeah. So that is it, and it's like $300 cheaper. That's the whole point. And the side mounting tripod, again, if your video is directly going to basically shot and all that, why would you, like, again, when I do like my shot every Sunday, I generally take out the basically tripod head and rotate it and all that. Or you can just like plonk the system and put it like this. It would make your life so much easier. And I do have to say that while Sony does rotate the UI, it somehow forgot that you're supposed to see the mic input. Like mic input disappears. Like it's there. Like if you press a button, mic input will show up, but it will disappear. It's a firmware glitch, or like worst case scenario, somebody thought that made sense. It's like, oh, you rotated the camera. You do not need actual real-time update from mic. I'm like, why? So nothing major. That's why the top is flat and everything is more or less same. Nothing else has changed. So that's why you are getting a new camera body. So this camera body throws away two core important things and gives you a cooling puppy. So question becomes why? Well, you can do RAW without overheating. While Canon on paper does have bonkers amount of specification, it's just randomness. Basically, you could trust it, but not that much. As in, like, especially in hotter places, Asia, you can't trust it for very serious work, so to say. So, and Canon slowly have been building a lens ecosystem, which they call PZ lens, power zoom lenses. So idea with that is going back to the old era of basically handy cams. While PZ zoom, power zoom lenses are a normal thing in broadcast. It's like, I'm pretty sure all broadcast lenses are power zoom, but they are like, there is nothing in between. Basically, you have broadcast lens, photographic lens, fully manual. Like, what is in between? So they are creating this lineup. I'm pretty sure this is like fourth or fifth lens they have introduced for this exactly. So the idea is you put it on your camera and you zoom in and out almost like a old school point and shoot camera. So again, all C series can do this. Not all, many C series can do that, and V series cameras can do that. So again, they are creating a parallel lineup where it's like, hey, you want to utilize PZ system, use this lens system. And again, the workflow is designed for rapid system. Again, trust me, those little things where you have to rotate the whole tripod rather than just like plonking a new plate on the side, that does translate to a frictionless experience. That shall reduce friction. Long running live webcam, again, having a cooling fan, that does give you faith that this puppy can actually handle like multi-hour live stream. So that's also good. And it's basically C50 without the time code and with IBUS. For example, what's the point of C50? C50 is coming from C series. So its SoC, the silicon system on chip, is different from this R6 Mark III. R6 Mark III and R6V, they have exact same hardware, as in not only the sensor but also the SoC. This has different SoC. This has SoC from C series, completely different. Does that make it different? Not that much, but again, if you are coming from C series, you will be far comfortable with, like, if you had C400, you will use this puppy without any hassle. But if you are coming from R6 Mark III to C50, you will be confused because it behaves differently. So again, there are two distinct ecosystems. V is the third distinct ecosystem that is more closer to this. So why would anybody buy C50? C50 does not have IBUS. Now, IBUS has this problem that nobody has figured out how to make a locking IBUS, as in plonk that puppy. Like, because if you want to do a hard mount, let's say you want to hard mount your camera to a car, you do not want it to compensate for any movement. It will look very fake. You want it to be plonked. It's like so that's why all cinema camera does not have IBUS, and these camera will not work simply because they cannot lock down IBUS. IBUS will always float. That's why it's designed. So we need some sort of magnetic clamp system that goes in and locks it down physically. We haven't built yet. So that's why for many production case, if you say that this camera has IBUS, yeah, throw it away. Flat out they will not use. So is there. And time code, which is a big deal. Like, you cannot get Netflix certification without time code. And again, I do not mean, you know, hack time code where you are sending time code through audio channel. No, I mean proper metadata layer of digital transcription, so to say. So you need a dedicated port for that. This has time code. And this, again, this is the Canon cripple hammer thing that bothers me. It's like, dude, this is a C series camera. You have C series SoC. I am 99.999% sure that SoC can handle time code and gen lock. Gen lock allows you to sync multiple cameras. So not having gen lock on this is a C series camera, not a cheap camera. Why? And again, even in this R6V, it's like, okay, cool. You could do time code. Like, time code is not that expensive anymore. Gen lock is very expensive. Time code is not. So having those sort of weird thing is, yeah. Now, can't we just buy R6 Mark III? For 99% of people, R6 9th Mark III would be far better than this V series. But if you need trust, you can't trust this puppy. More than enough people is like, everything works, and it overheated. And those who are coming from R6 Mark II, they have enough burnt experiences like, yeah, no. If you are in India, no. If you are in India outdoor, no. So I can understand that. Like, if you are in those sort of scenarios, in those buckets where it's like, no, I need to trust this puppy even if my air condition goes offline. Yeah, I'm not trusting this, especially for those heavy loads. So there is a reason for this. It's just that weirdness. So question becomes, for whom this is? Well, if you want to be in Canon ecosystem, this is a good equipment, and you will have certain unique advantage in Canon ecosystem. For example, compared to Sony, you will have a bit cheaper cards, basically CFast Type B, much more available, more people have the card reader. That's cool, awesome. And again, raw video, open gate, high FPS. Again, Sony is really behind on that, and I'm pretty sure Sony is just waiting for Red's patent to expire in 2028. That's why they're not doing it. And you're like, how Canon is paying Red? And you're like, Nikon bought Red. So patent expire in 30 years is a normal thing. So that is there. But again, okay, you get good options, that's great. You get a cooling fan so you can trust these things, great, awesome. But you do suffer one significant problem: weak lens selection. While PZ power zoom lenses are cool, there are not that many of that, and not to mention Canon's first party lenses are expensive and you may not be able to afford it. And if you are buying something on this sort of price range, you may not have the wiggle room in your budget to handle it. So that is a pain point. Significant. But like Canon opened it? No, Canon did what we call brain damage. What they did is like, we're gonna open it only for APS-C. Now it created enough brain damage in people where it's like, Canon has opened lens mount. No, they did not. It's only for APS-C. But who will pay attention to that star mark that says that? So weak lens selection. Now that, again, that's like you can pay money to solve it. What you can't pay money to solve is lame audio. For a video camera, that does matter, because yes, still 50% of video is audio. And this was primary reason why I bought Sony. This. And be mindful, it's not just one manufacturer. There are 3 manufacturers that I know of that make MI to their mic input. Why does that matter? Here's the deal. Whenever you are speaking, the audio is analog domain, like physically analog. Cool, awesome. This goes to this goes what we call analog to digital converter. Awesome. Once you have digitized it, you do not want to convert it again. Digital transmission, you can transmit it till infinity, nothing bad will happen. But every time you convert it, you will have signal degradation. That's a law of physics. Digital does not degrade. So meaning you can copy a CD millions of times, does not matter. Copy a tape few times, it will degrade because it's in an analog domain. So this analog, digital, awesome. Digital to receiver transmission, digital, awesome, no problem. Yeah, after that, if you do not have this, it has to convert that digital signal into analog again and then send it to your camera. Then your camera again has to convert that analog to digital again. You get a 2 unnecessary conversion that pushes your noise floor up, and there is no reason for that. There is no need for that sort of extra suffering. We have crossed 1990, we do not need that. So be mindful, all companies have this, like all 3 major companies, even Panasonic, where you have hot shoe mount that has digital audio pins. So either Sony sells enough, or Sony is willing to work with audio manufacturers. You can buy it. Meaning, I have hot shoe mount. I never pull out the receiver. This never sees the receiver. Receiver is always on top because it's directly charging from the camera. So if camera battery is fine, which has to be in order to record, I do not have to worry about turning on, off. I do not have to worry about audio transmission. I do not have to worry about it. I just don't have to worry. And again, Simonica also sells it. There is one other brand. I keep forgetting their name. So you can buy it. And that, again, in my case, I do video every day, like 2 video per day. One Hindi, one English. So it does pile up. And again, while my Rode mic was decent, much better than what I used to have, it was a hassle where I have to remove it and charge it and all that. Now I don't have to worry about it. And again, if you do it regularly enough, it does matter. Having better quality audio, awesome. Having the ability to have 4 audio channels from different manufacturers, not just like, Canon microphone. No. 4 mic input on direct video file, digital. That's like, if it's something that you need that. So that is the part that for a video camera should be better. Come on, Canon. Like, you have already pissed off lens manufacturer. Come on, have conversation. Heck, have conversation with Rode. For some reason, Rode is the one that is behind schedule. So have a conversation with us. Like, hey man, come with it. So you do lens, I can easily see you, because it's a one-time expenditure. Lame audio, it's a lifetime hassle. So that is a thing that you have to be mindful. If you do regular system, it might pile up. It might be, again, you can work with it. I have worked with it. It's just that if there is a solution, I'm like, I don't need raw, but I do need hassle-free audio. And Nikon system is close enough. Basically, Nikon ZR, it's more than good enough. Like, it does not have cooling fan. Surprisingly well built. Like, this puppy can tank serious amount of. Now again, not as much as a like full cooling fan, but again, you can trust it, and Nikon has been doing some good work with their thermal engineering. And here's the key part, it's cheaper. It's so cheaper that you could get a decent lens, Nikon lens, with this, and still basically the body and lens, and you still have some money left. That is significant. And again, card benefit is the same. Audio is still lame, but again, you saved enough money to justify it. So, and you're like, okay, if I go to Sony, what do I get? Well, audio tools, that's the main thing, and better lens selection. And again, if you are in this sort of price range, lens cost does matter. Not all of you will just like, you know, yoink 24x70 f2.8 you know, red ring lens. So it's a unique system, but again, very what you call underwhelming, because again, it's just R6 Mark III. You should have added the audio part, man, or even better, add USB audio. But a man can dream. Someday, some company will realize we have USB, just do USB audio. I do not like this idea. Even this, like, it's the least worst option. It's just that, why? So these are the three options. Again, if you are very tight on budget, I would say seriously suggest look into Nikon ZR, because again, oh, Canon has raw, red files, the end, go home. Like, the end, go home. Like, but Sony does not have raw. Trust me, more times than not, you will give a damn about your audio quality than you will give a damn about, oh, only if it had raw. And again, going from 8-bit files to 10-bit file with all iframe capture, good enough for more than enough of people. Yeah, again, I would love raw. If I were a cinema student, I will just like, shut up, give me raw. But there is a reason why Blackmagic does not sell enough of them. They have been doing that for almost 2 decades at this point in time. So, something sounds cool, but like, you know, priority wise, better audio is much higher priority. Necessity of a cheaper camera, much higher priority. Necessity of availability of third-party cheaper lenses, much higher probability necessity. So it's not that wow. It's like, okay, you took R6, you add a cooling fan, great, and that's it. And again, price is reasonable. I would say price is reasonable. So make sure that you look into all three before making a judgment. So this was my presentation on R6V. Hopefully you have liked it, learned from it. In that case, please click the like button, share it amongst your friends. That will help me a lot. If you didn't like it, didn't enjoy it, I urge you to press dislike. Press it twice to show me extra disappointment. Please leave a comment because I do try to reply to all of them. Subscribe, press the bell icon if you're free. And as always, thanks for watching.